9 Developments in the Chrisley family's dynamics after legal saga. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. The Chrisley family's roller coaster journey has kept fans glued to the headlines amid legal drama and emotional reunions. After their high-profile conviction and lengthy prison sentences for bank fraud and tax evasion, Todd and Julie Chrisley regained their freedom through a presidential pardon. And their kids, especially daughter Savannah, played a huge part in their fight for justice. The family is wasting no time jumping back into the reality TV scene, promising a new series will pull back the curtain on their most personal moments and how they're coping after public turmoil. As Todd and Julie settle back in with their children and reflect on the hardship and growth, they're also using their platform to speak out for others behind bars, determined to turn their struggles into a bigger conversation about second chances. Through it all, the Chrisleys are proving that their bond is unbreakable. Chrisley Knows Best is certainly not without drama, but its stars have been at the center of more controversies than a single reality show can handle. This report was produced with the help of iTools, which summarized previous stories reported and written by McClatchy journalists. It was edited by journalists from Us Weekly. In the aftermath of one of reality television's most dramatic legal sagas, the Chrisley family, once defined by luxury, southern charm, and picture-perfect moments on Chrisley Knows Best, has undergone a transformation that no script could have predicted. The convictions of Todd and Julie Chrisley on charges of bank fraud and tax evasion shook the foundation of the family's tight-knit world. With both parents serving prison sentences, their absence has reshaped the family's day-to-day life, tested their bonds, and revealed unexpected truths about their resilience, struggles, and evolution. As cameras stop rolling and reality becomes all too real, the Chrisley children and loved ones are navigating a new chapter filled with responsibility, revelations, and redefinition. Here's a deep dive into 9 key developments in the Chrisley family's dynamics since the legal storm reshaped everything they once knew. Savannah Chrisley steps into a maternal role. Perhaps the most significant and visible change has been Savannah's transformation from reality TV star and influencer to full-time caregiver. The blonde, headstrong daughter has gone from social media fashionista to the anchor of the household. With both Todd and Julie behind bars, Savannah now has custody of her younger brother Grayson and her niece Chloe, Julie and Todd's adopted granddaughter. What was once a life of glamour has shifted into a daily balancing act between raising 2 children, managing her parents' legal affairs, and dealing with the intense emotional weight of their absence. Her podcast and social media updates have become raw windows into her journey, not of a young woman chasing stardom, but of a daughter trying to hold her family together. Grayson Chrisley faces growing up too fast. Grayson, once the baby of the family known for his wide eyes and quick wit, is now facing the kind of forced maturity few teens should ever experience. The sudden shift in household dynamics has pulled him out of the innocence of adolescence. He has become more private, quieter in the public eye, and visibly protective of both his sisters Savannah and Chloe. His once carefree nature has been shadowed by responsibility, and while he still appears in family content now and then, the boy viewers watch grow up has stepped into manhood with a quiet strength born from trauma and loss. Chloe Chrisley's new normal. Chloe, the vibrant and precocious little girl viewers fell in love with on-screen, is now navigating the complexities of childhood in the absence of the 2 people she called mom and dad. With Julie and Todd incarcerated, her world has shifted dramatically. Savannah has spoken openly about how she's helping Chloe cope with questions about her parents' absence, working with counselors, and focusing on creating stability. Chloe continues to light up every room she enters, but even at her young age, she is grappling with emotional realities far beyond her years. Lindsay Chrisley finds her voice and distance. Long estranged from the rest of the family, Lindsay Chrisley has remained largely separate through the family's legal troubles. However, Todd and Julie's sentencing seemed to prompt a public thaw, brief but poignant. Lindsay offered statements that reflected both sorrow and concern, and even made appearances discussing the impact of her parents' absence. But while a public olive branch seemed extended, Lindsay has kept her physical distance and continues to lead a separate life. Her own experiences with public scrutiny and familial tension have left scars, and although some healing may be underway, she remains the quiet outsider of the Chrisley clan. Chase Chrisley battles identity and independence. Chase, the charming and often mischievous son known for his light-hearted nature on Chrisley Knows Best, is facing an identity shift of his own. Without the guiding, and often controlling, hand of his father, Chase has struggled to define his adult role in the family. Once known for his antics, he's now confronting what it means to step up in a time of crisis. His engagement fell apart shortly after the family's legal troubles escalated, and his public image has taken hits. Still, Chase appears determined to forge his own path. He has spoken out on podcasts, shared more thoughtful reflections, and hinted at entrepreneurial goals that he hopes will separate him from the reality TV kid image he's outgrown. Julie and Todd's relationship tested in prison. Todd and Julie always presented a united front, whether in the courtroom or in the chaos of their daily lives. But prison has brought distance, both physical and emotional. With Julie housed in Kentucky and Todd in Florida, the couple has had limited contact and no physical time together. The separation has led to speculation about the strain on their relationship. Still, through family messages, podcast updates, and letters, it's clear they are both trying to maintain their bond. Todd has expressed devotion and heartbreak over being apart from his wife, while Julie has revealed the emotional toll of living without her family, describing it as the most debilitating part of prison life. Faith is tested, but not abandoned. The Chrisleys were always vocal about their Christian faith, often centering their family and showing values of trust, grace, and prayer. But prison has challenged that foundation. Todd has admitted in deeply emotional reflections that he was angry with God, struggling to reconcile his faith with his circumstances. Julie, too, has shared feelings of spiritual abandonment. And yet both are seeking healing through scripture, prayer, and prison ministry. Savannah, now the family's spiritual voice, frequently speaks about leaning into faith to survive the chaos. Their faith, while shaken, has not disappeared. It's evolving, becoming more personal and more honest. Public image versus private reality. The Chrisleys once curated an image of perfection, impeccable homes, curated dinners, wholesome family moments. That illusion shattered with the legal drama, and now the family is wrestling with reconciling who they presented themselves to be and who they really are. Savannah has been especially transparent, admitting that the show often glossed over real problems. She now speaks openly about therapy, trauma, and the cost of pretending everything was okay for the cameras. There's no more script, just real life, raw and unscripted. The audience, once there for entertainment, is now watching a true story of survival and identity unfold. The family's future is a work in progress. What happens next for the Chrisleys is uncertain. With Todd and Julie serving significant sentences, the family's focus is on adaptation, endurance, and growth. There's talk of new ventures, books, podcasts, and even television projects that reflect the new reality rather than the old illusion. Savannah has teased projects that would reveal the unfiltered truth behind the glossy exterior the world once knew. The family's dynamic is no longer about being perfect. It's about being real, broken, and brave enough to begin again. This legal saga was not just a courtroom battle. It was a tectonic shift that redefined every relationship within the Chrisley family, from the pain of separation and the pressures of public scrutiny to the resilience born from hardship. Every member has been forced to grow in ways they never imagined. What once looked like a fairy tale is now a mosaic of resilience, pain, strength, and above all, change. The Chrisley family, like so many others who endure public scandal and personal loss, is rewriting their story in real time. And while they may no longer be living in palatial mansions or filming staged family dinners, they are finding something far more enduring: truth, connection, and perhaps for the first time, the freedom to be imperfect. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.